Hello, everybody. Can you hear us? Let's see if that'll go. Well, that was playing back in my ears. Okay, I think it's good now. How is everybody doing tonight? Hello, Grant.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me. We've got Billy coming too. Billy Bong. He'll be in here in about a half an hour.
Fashionably late.
Exactly. Freaking Yankee. You can't trust him. Anyway. Oh, so how is everybody? Grant, how are you doing?
I'm good.
It's been a
Just
little while since I've chatted with you.
yeah.
It's
It
been a
seems like
little while since I've chatted with anybody.
it seems like the only way you can chat with people is be in another country from us.
Oh God, I know. Oh, that was hell. Yeah, I was in the U.S. for 4 months, working on my visa to be able to come back over here and work and be a legal immigrant. I'm sure if you guys are watching this or listening to this, you see the title of this hangout. The immigration is in there. We're going to touch on that too. Wait for Billy discuss the Super Bowl. Django, my channel, no. We will discuss the Super Bowl later. I didn't even get to watch it. I was on a plane flying back. Whenever I landed, I had to ask somebody who won the Super Bowl, and of course, it was an amazing game. That figures.
Yeah, but I think with DJ, I think he wants to discuss certain parts of the game that a lot of people don't talk about.
Which would be what?
The actual game itself. Yeah, because everybody
Oh,
else wants to talk about the commercials and shit like that. I think DJ actually wanted to talk about the game.
Django, you know you can always come into my hangouts. You have an open invitation, so let me know if you want to come in. Okay, so I actually have a few topics that I wanted to talk about. As I said, I've been out of the UK for 4 months. I've been back in the US, spending time with my kids, trying to get my paperwork in order to be able to come over to the UK and work and live and become a citizen eventually and have the most two powerful countries on the freaking planet backing me up. So I could pretty much rule the world if I want to. Be scared, people. But I was away for 4 months. I was bouncing from hotel to hotel, and then I ended up staying with my parents, and they still live in the Stone Age and have no internet whatsoever. So I was relying on the data on my cell phone, and I would run out fairly quickly. And I'd have about a week and a half, and that would be it. So I'm pretty out of touch with some of the things that have been going on. So I've been binging over the last, 24, 48 hours, trying to recover from the jet lag. And oh my goodness, the things that I am coming across are just as fucking ridiculous as they were 4 months ago. But they've actually gotten worse now. Things have become violent, and Sharia is all of a sudden a topic in a women's march that's supposed to be backed by feminists. What the fuck?
Well, when you let a certain cockroach get involved,
Oh
it seems to
yes,
take
yes,
over.
yes, yes, yes. She is a vile human being, and I'm talking about Linda Sarsour.
Cockroach.
Did I say that with enough of Sarsour? Do I sound fancy saying that? Somebody
I,
else corrected me on
the,
saying it. I was like, I don't care. She would say my last name wrong. My
to
last
be
name is,
honest,
oh God.
I don't even think she knows how to say it right. I think it was one of those like later on name changes. Oh, there's an
That
OU in it. It
it,
sounds exotic.
it's disgusting. I've been on Twitter working on her as much as I possibly can, and of course she's not going to engage with
Oh,
me. I'm white, so I'm
yeah.
automatically a racist, and
I sent
I'm not a feminist
I
female,
sent
so I'm automatically I'm suffering from internal misogyny. So
oh yeah. I sent two tweets at her and then she blocked me.
Oh no, she hasn't
Well, I
blocked
mean,
me.
I did it with the intent of getting blocked.
Yeah.
Somebody had found a tweet that she had put out, I think back in like 2011,
Oh, I have those. Yes, I have
talking
those.
about Ion and wow, what's her name?
How can I? How do I screen share on this? And I'll share it because I
Um,
have. Okay, I see the screen share
yeah,
button.
the green, yeah, yeah. I saw that tweet where she was talking about Ion should have her like vagina removed or anything. I'm like, that's pretty.
That is unbelievable.
I
She
was like,
basically already has.
yeah,
You bitch.
yeah. So it's like it's pretty easy for you to say that when you got all the advantages of Western culture. Oh, by the way, I want to question the existence of your clip. Do you still have yours? And then like 3 days later, blocked.
Uh-huh.
So
It, it's disgusting. I mean, the only possible reason that she would be going after Ayan Hirsi Ali is because Ayan is making some sort of headway, which means that that
oh,
kind of mindset and culture is going to get
in terms of
flipped on top of its head, and she can't have that.
in,
She's being controlled
yeah.
by the males in her life, whether it be her
Mhm.
husband, her father, or whatever else, her brothers, cousins. She's a fucking puppet. She is a
Yeah.
puppet, and
Well,
they're all attached to her little hijabi strings, and everybody else can see it going on. Well, obviously not everybody can see it going on. We had all these
yeah.
ridiculous fucking celebrities and shit.
Well,
Uh-uh.
the thing with Ion is Ion has. I mean, it's not even about making headway. Ion is just way above her in terms of women's rights. Way
Oh,
above her.
absolutely.
Ion, was the first to stand up about the 50 girls that were snatched by Boko Haram.
Mm-hmm.
She was the first to stand up and say, "Hey, what about the ladies in Saudi Arabia? How about their rights?" Now, Linda Sarsour wants to try to say that there's something wrong with Western culture with women's rights. She's like I said, Ayana's just so far above, and plus, she's doing it, constantly getting threats. She's got to have security with her
Armed
everywhere she
guards.
goes. Yeah,
Armed guards.
everywhere she goes. Sarsour can't fucking hold anything to Ion, and Ion is just hands down a wonderful woman. I mean, anytime you see an interview with her or anything like that, she's just great to listen to. You learn a lot from her. Sarsour is just you look at her face and all of a sudden you're pissed. Like
Yeah.
you can't sit through an entire video of her.
You can see the absolute she thinks that she is above and beyond every other person in the United States when it comes to morality. Her religion dictates that she is above the rest of us. So whenever she's spouting off this bullshit
with
about
with the comforts of
equality,
Western society.
yeah, exactly. It's like, bitch, if you were over there talking about this shit, your head would already be rolling. You would already have
Who are
been
you to?
buried up to your chest and having rocks launched at your head.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
So when you see her like do interviews or speeches like that, she's got this little like this smug ass fucking
Yeah,
attitude.
exactly.
It's like bitch,
Exactly.
sit down. You
Mm-mm.
know, it's why where the fuck do you come off think you can especially if you go to the Muslim world, like where do you think you can come off speaking over other men? I could still see your face. Well, do you?
Yeah, and she wears makeup.
Oh, big time, kicks that shit on.
And she wears makeup. It's like, what are you kidding? I seen a picture of her today. She was wearing a pair of jeans. She had on the blousey top and she had on her hijab and all that good stuff. But she had
Mhm.
on jeans. It's like, you actually believe that Sharia would allow you to wear that? No, ma'am.
And
Absolutely not.
it makes me cringe so much. Like she takes the hijab and tries to turn it into some like fashion statement. You
Those
know,
women, those American women, and that man that was having the American flag draped over his head. You're a
which is
veteran.
illegal.
You are a veteran. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it drives me nuts. It's there's some technicality with that it's actually illegal to do that, to wear a flag as some type of
Well, it's the flag.
garment.
It's not illegal. It's the flag code. It's like the code of honor. It's a code that says you shall not use the American flag as any sort of garb or attire. It's worded that way. I
It's like
should go
the only time
Google up and
I'll
read it.
accept the American flag as some type of garb or some type of clothing or whatever is, like during the opening and closing ceremonies of the fucking Olympics when they're holding it
absolutely.
behind them.
Well,
That's when I'll accept
they're
it.
being proud. They're being proud of their country, and they're happy, and they've represented our country wonderfully. And you have these white American women hanging that same flag over their head because to cover themselves, hide themselves in shame because of some foreign religion.
They're not saying that she's totally anti-American, like to a T. She wants to talk about, oh, I'm from Brooklyn and shit like that, but you
no, she's suggesting Sharia in the United States. Grant, please understand me when I say this. That bitch is not pro-America.
No, that's what I'm saying.
She is not. Everybody's like, she's patriotic. No.
That's what I'm saying is a lot of these ladies that were out there at that march, it seems, I mean, they were completely oblivious to what she really is. I mean, and it's not hard to fucking see through. It's not hard to see through it at all.
No. Ashley Judd was disgraceful.
Yeah.
She was absolutely disgraceful. I can't believe that woman was sharing the same stage with Linda Sarsour and that other black lady who participated in the torture and murder of a gay man.
Oh, yeah, the one that got locked up for 23 years.
And what the fuck?
Yeah. No, let's just forget about that. It's about women's rights. Let's give her a pass on every fucking thing else.
She helped kill a man.
Exactly.
A man.
And for what I remember reading, it wasn't just like kill a man within like 15 minutes. No, tortured the fuck out of him for like, 3 days to a week or something like that, to the point where like the dude was wishing he was dead by the time they killed him.
Yeah.
But no, that doesn't matter because she's a champion for women's rights.
She stuck a metal rod up his anus.
Yeah, that's.
I have a problem with that.
Well, I'll put it this way: if anybody doesn't have a problem with that, something's wrong with them.
Gas yourself immediately.
But we're the bigots. We're the
we're the bad guys.
We're the Islamophobes.
Okay, so Django just asked us: is Linda genuinely ignorant of the true nature of Sharia, or does she deliberately lie about it to sell ignorant Americans on it? She's very aware.
I say the latter, actually.
Yep, she is very aware of what Sharia is about. She can spout it off very, very easily, and I'm sure she didn't just memorize the pleasant parts, like getting an interest-free loan.
Well, the thing, like, yeah, exactly, the interest-free loan. What was it? The 10 weeks of maternity leave and shit like that. She's already treating the American populace like they're fucking stupid anyway, by throwing that out there. Oh, Sharia law's not bad. Well, here's these nice little things to perk your fucking ears.
Well, they are stupid. They are stupid if they sit there and listen to her and go, "Oh yeah, this is probably."
But I mean, to the point where you flat out insult their intelligence to push your faith. That's. I mean, of course, that's part of her job anyway. But
yeah,
I mean, for somebody to sit there and like, oh, 10 weeks maternity leave under Sharia law. And then just say, fuck it, I'm sold. I don't need to look any further.
Grant, what would happen? What would happen to me and you and all of our fantastic friends if Sharia was enacted in the U.S.?
We're either in jail or dead.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
in jail or dead. That's all you need to know.
That's why I have a problem with that.
Oh, definitely.
I'm a female, so I would automatically become a third-class citizen. Mm-hmm. And then I'm an anti-theist, atheist, whichever you recognize with. So that would automatically earn me a beheading or probably a stoning since I'm a female. No, I'll pass. I will pass. I would much rather pay interest on credit cards or just not get a credit card at all. That's another way you avoid interest on credit cards or loans. Just don't get it.
At the same time, somebody like you do, I'm taking it, or I'm guessing you don't plan on having any more kids.
No,
so you don't have to worry about the maternity leave.
No,
there he is.
Hi, Billy.
Hello. Howdy, y'all.
A busy man this afternoon. Evening.
This afternoon.
This evening. My time is so messed up. Yes. Man. It is so messed up.
You're a girl of two hemispheres.
Yes, I am. I'm feeling much better today though, so I'm a little bit more caught up. Get pretty sleepy now because it's 5:30 in the morning here, but not too bad. So
Yeah,
how
it's
are
about to
how you
snow a
doing?
foot here in the next 12 hours or so.
Oh,
It's going to snow for
fun.
12 hours straight and predict about a foot. So, yeah.
Last night,
It was
well,
70 today.
it
I
was
know.
eight,
It was like 60 here today.
it was 80.
55.
It was 80 in Florida, and they had tornadoes last night because the ones that hit Louisiana or New Orleans, the ones that hit New Orleans, that same storm front went over Jacksonville, and a couple little smaller tornadoes broke out, but still tornadoes. This weather is insane. Let me tell you, it is fucking freezing here. Good God.
Yeah, it's got cold. It's getting cold now, and it's supposed to start in about 2 hours. So,
Oh,
and go on till about 3 in the afternoon. Like,
that's
nice.
great. Well,
So
we were just sitting here talking about
my
your
friend,
your favorite lady.
my lady friend,
I watched your video on her, and it was excellent.
the pasty Muslim woman.
Yeah, really. It really was. It was really good. There was a few things in there that you were talking about that I didn't know because before you
thrashing.
Which one? I did 3 on her. Like 3 out of 4. I think.
let me look real quick.
The main one, the first one.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah, that was built up for a while now.
What an awful bitch. I had seen her on, I think, CNN.
Yeah, what
I don't.
Maddow? The clip with Maddow.
I don't know who it was with, but it was from a few months ago, maybe like 6 or 7 months ago.
Rachel Maddow, the dykey looking chick from CNN.
The one with the
She's more than just dykey looking,
or whatever she's from. I don't know if she's CNN or not.
She's dykey acting.
She's MSNBC.
Okay,
MSNBC,
even worse. Yeah, well, I put about 50 seconds, 40 seconds of a clip from that interview with her in the video, and she's like, "Oh, we're executing Muslim children."
Oh
here.
yeah, exactly. Well,
what are you talking about?
I seen that, and I laughed it off.
Honor killings?
I was like,
your
I'm like,
Muslim
who the hell is
fathers?
this bitch? But I noticed I didn't take too much notice of her, and then all of a sudden I seen her on TV when I was still in the States, and I was like, oh my friggin' God, she's leading a women's march, which the women's march was pretty fucking ridiculous anyway to begin with, but having her be the brains behind it and just leading it, and I marched with Linda and all that bullshit. It's like,
I didn't even get
insane?
into the march. I could have delved into the march more because it was 3 of them. It was her and 2 others that are like, what's it called? It was like some black woman and some brownie woman.
Yeah, we just talked about the chick that did 23
and
years
then there was
for fucking torturing a dude.
Yeah, raped and tortured some dude.
Yeah.
Killed him. Yeah, it's a bunch of... And then, well, I also did that video, that follow-up with the girl. Like, I seen a picture on somebody's Twitter
I watched
feed.
that one too.
And I was like, oh shit, that's that chick. Wait a second. I look in. She's a BDS supporter. She's doing all these anti-Israel things at her school. Like, just all this crap. And I'm just like, oh God. And they're just all connected. They all do this activism madness.
Yeah. This is recruitment. These American women who are supporting the efforts that Linda Sarsour is putting forth are they are beyond idiotic. Have they never seen any of the videos on YouTube of women, these Muslim women in full burqas being buried to their chests and then stoned to death?
No, because you got to remember, in their eyes, women have it worse in America than anywhere else. They don't look outside of the borders here. They
no one's looking at reality. Everyone's ignoring everything. They're all ignoring it, and they don't care. They just want to feel good, and it really is just that.
If they want to feel good, they need to find somebody to have sex with that's going to do it for them, or
no. They don't.
Or something.
They don't want. They don't want any. They don't want any bad feelings, and they don't want to hear about bad things in the world. Like, it's not even, I'm not even joking.
I know.
Someone said to me the other day, in real life, I got into a huge argument with them about politics for some reason.
Oh no, not
And,
you.
like, and they're like, well, I usually don't get into the arguments about politics with these people. And Trump, they're like, Trump is the only president who ever hurt mine or my friends' feelings. And I was like,
What the
fuck
See,
my
that's-
life.
And see,
You
that's
It's
the
sad-
thing,
over.
so-
I'm
you
like,
sad
it's over.
little
It's just
bastard.
over. It's over. It's like,
and the
all these
thing,
people who think we need Christianity around
oh,
to,
Jesus,
for
don't-
Western values, and
No, we don't.
and all the people like that who like are hurt by things people say, and they just don't want to face reality at all. Like it's like Jordan Peterson. The truth to him is only something that can be good and useful. If it has any detrimental like
see, but that's the thing.
things
That's where
to it, it's not truth. Like he just like changes the definition of truth. These people, like all these people who want to believe in God, it's all to fucking not deal with reality. It's all it is. It's like,
That
it's that
And-
fucking simple. But
and
it's
that's the thing. And Linda knows how to play to that emotion. She played right into that shit. And
See, but
got-
I also
got
believe
everybody with
she
pussy hats on
believes
board.
part of what she says. Like I believe
well,
she
yeah,
of course she does. She's
there is a
indoctrinated.
level. There is
only
a level
because
to
she's
that.
living here. Like
Right. There is a level to that, but at the same time, she knows if she could push her shit by catering to their feelings, yeah, she's gonna ride it, and plus make some money off of it. Come on.
believe she does not really like understand how they're treated there because she sees how she can act here with her family or whatever. Who knows? Like you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't think
I got you.
she really sees it or gets it, or like people tell her, people she knows maybe tell her like, oh no, that's not how we are. We're great. We're peaceful people. Yeah, we're the best. You know. But I don't really know. Like I'm not sure. Like I don't think she's a straight up Islamist that wants to be in burqa. Like but
I don't think
She's-
she's.
she
I
is-
don't
she
think she's
probably
an
is.
Islamist either, but I think that she does support the
here,
things
here's something
that
to
are
notice. Here's
going
something
on.
to look at and notice.
But there's
Yeah,
something
When you
that-
meet Palestinians, they wear the colorful hijabs. If you ever noticed,
they make it a fucking
Like
fashion statement.
I see them all around here. Like they don't wear all the whole thing. They just wear hijab usually. And maybe the shirt, a half gown, like the shirt. But I noticed they like to color it up and all that, and hot pink colors and weird shit like that. And like you notice the difference between all
they
these
use they use
cultures.
contrast in their hijab.
Like you'll see a Somali and you'll know when it's a Somali. They're always wearing like a fucking black hijab.
I agree
here.
with you that she
Not
would.
here.
I don't think she's an actual like Islamist because she is
She's
she's
though in a
definitely-
way.
she's like in a way, but I wouldn't say full on because she still lives within all the advantages of the West.
Yes.
She's not turning any of that away.
Well, that's what's
taking
funny.
all that
She's
in.
trying. She's trying to.
She's using that to her advantage.
implement Sharia, so she's obviously on the right track. I mean,
Yeah, but she'll say she's not trying to implement Sharia. She's just trying to say like you fucking Americans are demonizing shit that
She's
isn't bad.
whitewashing it.
That's
yeah,
what she's
we're
doing.
going
She's
to
whitewashing.
demonize absolutely abhorrent and detrimental.
No, what I'm saying is I
ideas.
don't think she's
Yeah,
like saying, "Oh, we should have Sharia law here." So like, like I'm sure she might even say that at some point. Well, she does want it here because she wants to practice her religion the way she wants, and she feels like the country doesn't let her because certain things are against the law in the country, so you can't practice with your religion.
Oh God. Okay.
But one thing I cannot get over, and I'll say it again, is that smug fucking attitude of hers.
She's a ghetto wannabe. She's a ghetto bitch or a wannabe ghetto bitch, and she's from Brooklyn, and she hung out with minorities, and she thinks she's fucking black. That's what she is. I know it. I've seen it my whole life here.
No.
I've seen it my whole life here.
Do you think Zarzor is her actual name, or did she change it to make it fucking sound exotic?
I don't know, but it's without an O in Arabic. It's
because that's what I'm thinking. She's too damn white for.
No, Zarzor is Arabic word, so it's
right.
But
But
it's.
I mean,
I think
but
the
I mean,
O
you
is
can go
missing.
from Cassius Clay, change his name to Muhammad Ali. You know, that kind of.
Yeah, but that's because he became a Muslim. That's because he became a Muslim.
That's what I mean.
No, I think that's.
Oh
that's
no! Like a lot of them have their fucking names. My friend is a Palestinian.
They changed it to fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, but I know a no, but they weren't Muslim. This bitch is Palestinian. Like she's Muslim.
Okay.
Like I have a Palestinian friend I went to school with my whole life. She's awesome. She's not religious. She would call herself agnostic because nobody lets go of woo. A lot of people don't like to let go of that shit.
Yeah.
But she's very defensive of Palestine. But she's definitely not anti-Jew. So it's weird. She just thinks her people are being mistreated, and
well, her people are being mistreated, but they're being mistreated by their
her name
own
is
people.
definitely an Arabic name. Like it's you could tell right away. Like, oh yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of like Palestine and all of the nice little countries and stuff that were put on the temporary. I don't want temporary ban. They're on hold. They can't come into the U.S. until what is it? 120 days or is it 90 days?
I think it's 90.
3 months.
3 months. So it's 90 days. Okay.
I think that'll get extended.
I actually in the.
Oh, do you think it's a test? Like, oh, let me do it for 3 months and see how crazy people go.
No, I don't know. I don't think.
You know, a part of me actually does think so.
I never even thought about that till just
a part of me.
Like, I wasn't thinking.
Now that you mentioned it,
you know. Test. No, I think it is a quick, swift slap in the face of these people that are still denying that all of this absolutely atrocious, murderous behavior is going on in these countries, and we can go ahead and just take out the white aspect of it. I mean, they are killing each other. They're killing their own people. Boko Haram, dear God. I
have a problem with like the what's it called? Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Go on.
It's okay. Well,
it'll come back.
It's all right. You can speak up whenever it pops back in your stolen brain. Okay, so the town that I grew up in, we had, and I've spoke about this before on other hangouts, but we have quite a few Syrian families that do live in that town, and they are not religious. They keep to themselves. They're very friendly with the local population. They really are fantastic people. Now, while I was back in the States, the convenience store that I would go to go get cigarettes or a Coke or whatever it may have been, this man owns and runs a store, and he is there 24 hours a day. I do not know his name, but I do know that he's lived in the United States for 5 years. He is a Syrian refugee. He came over here and became a citizen. He came over here and he got his visa for asylum, and he had to leave his wife in Syria, and she just had their baby a few months ago, so he has a 4-month-old daughter now. So his wife and his daughter are there, and his mother was there, but she unfortunately passed away because he said that she got sick or something. It wasn't anything to do with the war or anything that's going on. But I asked him, I said, is your wife and your daughter safe? I said, what? I said, where are they? I said, are they close to any of the battles and bombings and stuff that are going on? And he said no, that they were higher up in the mountains, further away from where all that stuff was going on. But the town that his wife was from originally is completely demolished. He told me the name of it, but I don't remember it because it is a foreign word to me. So I would probably butcher it.
Long one or small one?
It was. He said that's what I asked him. I said, was it one of the bigger ones? Something I would know. And he said no, it was more like a village, just a smaller town.
No, I mean like a short name or a long name.
It's a long one.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't know it then.
Yeah, it's
I only got a couple in my head.
Why are you asking me?
Because I could have maybe said it.
No, not
you.
You're
looking at the chat.
In the chat. No, in the chat. Okay, no, I'm not from Jacksonville, UK. Go watch my channel video. It explains the whole damn story. I'm from Florida. I met my husband on Twitter, and I moved here. We got married, and now I'm working on becoming a citizen of the UK.
How about he says hi or something?
So anyway,
Just say hello.
no, I will not do that. Do you know how cringy that is? That's making me blush because you did it.
How's his accent? Is he like Cockney? What is he? What
Yeah,
is he?
I've never heard
like
of him.
proper. How is it?
No, he's really it's a mix of kind of Bradford, kind of like Anthony, but with a Scottish brogue to it.
What? A Scottish what?
Brogue. Like it's
a Scottish
really,
you.
It's really rough and his voice is really deep, so I don't know. He speaks
really, I don't
fine.
picture him that deep voice. That's
no,
funny.
he has a very deep voice.
Well, deep like
have like a
it's very
voice.
sexy, so that's
like
so
deep
yummy.
Deep like Hitchens deep, or
Yes, no, deeper than that.
really?
Yeah, deeper than that. Much deeper. If he will Americanize his speaking voice for me, really. But if he's talking to one of his friends or one of his family members or something, and they get to going fast, and I'm like, oh, Americanize it for me, please, 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 please. but now.
Hello, governor.
No, they do not. That's terrible. That's terrible. Deep and rough. Let's hear Carrie's best British accent. That's gonna be a hell no.
Hey, give you a couple years, you'll have it.
No, I will not. Do you hear me? Do you hear me speaking?
Yes. First, she's got to get to like
proper American first.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's it called?
The Southern accent doesn't
generic
just go
American. Generic American. That she got to get there first.
There will never be
have to become generic
about me, my dear. Please understand that. So anyway, so I asked him about his wife and his kids and stuff, and he said that they were tucked up away from like the major stuff. And then he told me that, and then it was just a few days later. Then that's whenever the ban came out, and the day after it came out, I went to the store, and he's been keeping up with what was going on with my visa application as well. And I was picking his brain while I was doing the application, and he helped me as much as he could. But it's been a few years since he'd done it, so it's a little bit different. But I went back in.
Who, the weatherman?
The weather. I'm talking about the Syrian. The Syrian guy.
Oh, the Syrian. I thought you meant Anthony.
No. So anyway, I had to go in there the day after the ban came out, and I was letting him know. I was like, okay, well, I'm headed back to England. See you in a few months when I come back. And I said, that is shit.
Wait, so why didn't he stay there and they come here?
He had to come over here to get everything set up to bring her over, because both of them couldn't come over at the same time for some reason. I think she was staying there to take care of his mom, because his mom's just been not well for the past few years.
So he can't go back and she can't come here.
Well, he can go back because he's completely.
But then he can't come back. Oh.
No, he could, because he's cleared. All of his
stuff
is
Syria.
Yeah, but he's already cleared. He could go back and forth, no problem. He would get questioned.
So why are all these people saying they got stopped because they?
Because they were detained.
I know that's what it was. They were just detained, like they weren't getting thrown out of the country.
Well, let me give you. Yeah, they were not getting thrown out of the country.
And everyone made it like they were going back in. They can't come in.
No, they were being detained at the airport as they were coming through customs, immigration, like everybody else who flies internationally does. And they were stopped because they were on the list and they needed their paperwork checked over once, twice, whatever it was. And then they were let go and they came into the country. Now,
so it's all propaganda.
Well, it's not propaganda. They're just.
No, everyone's reaction is is
They're
insane.
totally.
And if they
They're
because they're acting like they didn't let them in the country, they refused them there.
They didn't. I don't know how many people were turned away, like were turned back, but it wasn't very many.
But how would you know the reasons? Like all you got is a news report. You don't have any paperwork from the fucking people, the immigration service. Like you don't know
Okay.
why they'd be turned away. We
I
have
can
no
tell
idea.
you. I can tell you right now why they would be turned away because
No. I mean, what the actual reason was that they themselves were actually turned away for. Like, you don't have any access to any of that info. You just have access to what the like whatever the band says. That's what we have access to.
Oh, okay.
We don't have access to the people, to the reports from the immigration service. Like, oh, this guy was kicked because he was tied to terrorism over there. Like, you don't have any idea why anyone would have been kicked.
They will turn you away at immigration if you have the incorrect visa. They will turn you away if you do not have health insurance. They will turn you away if you don't have at least $8,000 available in your checking account. And they will turn you away if you do not have a round trip ticket. So I just flew into the UK a few days ago. I was stopped at immigration for nearly an hour. They were combing through my paperwork. They were looking at my bank account. They were looking at my health insurance. They were looking to see if I had a round trip ticket. I had to show them my paperwork that I received because my visa that I applied for to be able to come over here on a settlement visa to eventually become a citizen and be able to work legally because I am married to a British citizen. That is my husband. It was denied because I fucked up my paperwork because applying for a visa is a very detailed and very complicated process. It was my fault. I did not provide the required paperwork to back up the claims that I was making. And it was my fault. It was
all you really needed was a contrasting colored hijab and you would have been fine.
So
sorry I had to do that.
No, you're fine.
No, they got those black ones over there.
Over this entire process, it's just I've said the same thing. It's like, and even in my paperwork that they sent me saying your application for entry has been denied. Of course, it was absolutely horrifying. Like I nearly threw up because that's a $2,000 mistake. Because that's how much it costs for an American to apply for a settlement visa to enter the UK. $2,000. You do not get it back. And every time you apply, you have to pay it again. So it was my own fault. I did it on my own. I didn't get a lawyer to help me. I just crammed as much information as I possibly could from the UK.gov website, educated myself as best I could, and it just came down to a stamp on my divorce papers because apparently I am a polygamist now and I have 2 husbands, which I do not. I am legally divorced. I just didn't have the raised notary stamp on the divorce papers that said that it was completely dissolved. So they said, even though the UK gave us permission to get married, because you have to get permission before you can get married here, they gave us permission, and I sent that paperwork too, but apparently that wasn't enough. They don't trust their own damn government, but whatever. So it was my fault. They showed me what I passed. I passed all the critical details, like not being a terrorist, not being involved in any kind of genocidal activities, and all that kind of crazy stuff.
If you're a redhead, of course you're involved in genocidal activities.
There's Nazis everywhere.
I murder so I can collect souls. That's the only way that I survive. So they gave me a list of everything that I passed, and they gave me the list of the things that I did not and what I should have provided to pass. So I have a complete list now of everything that is required for me to pass. So when I do this again in just a few months, I will completely pass with flying colors. Because I'm not doing this again. It sucks. Absolutely sucks. Okay, Aaron. What is your problem? If it's shitty, you do have a browser, right? You can go. Go away. Go away. So anyway, immigration is crazy complicated. I do feel for the people who are doing it legally, like I am attempting to do myself, because it is very expensive and it is absolutely one of the most stressful things I've ever gone through. So I understand how difficult it is, but at the same time, entering the United States, attempting to become a U.S. citizen, it is not a right. It is a privilege. No
They
matter.
are trying to push it that it's a right. They're trying to push it as illegals should not be sent out of the country if found. It's like
we have
when
laws.
are they supposed to face the consequences?
Yeah, we have laws for a reason. It does not mean that we do not feel empathy towards the people that are trying to come into our country, but we have laws in place for a reason. It's to keep society running as smoothly as possible.
How many illegals are here, do you think?
Oh God, in Florida,
millions or no?
In Florida, it's millions at least.
Then that's crazy. People need to shut the fuck up because that's
no.
Insane
I'm serious. It has.
That
I mean,
much, like,
I'm just going off of Florida, and Georgia alone. There's Guatemalans and there's Mexicans. They come in for work. I know exactly what they're coming in for, and I don't blame them. But they're doing it illegally. I'm sorry, you're breaking a law. You're breaking a law. That's just the way it goes.
Other people who came here legally and went through all the bullshit. Like,
yeah, that would be like me bitching about coming to the UK and saying, well, I want to work and I want to do this and I want to have access to this. And I can't even volunteer on this visa. Like I couldn't go to a charity function and donate my time. I can't do anything on this visa. And it sucks. But I'm determined to do this legally. So there's absolutely no way anytime in the future somebody can say, hey, you got to get the fuck out, because I adore my new family members, and it would rip my heart to shreds if I was snatched away from my husband. So people coming into foreign countries, they know the risks that they're taking, and they are, by participating in illegal activities in another country, you're basically saying, okay, it's all right. I know I'm doing something wrong because I'm hiding myself. And I know I'm probably going to get in trouble if I get caught. Then they get caught and they want to cry racism or they want to cry white privilege or whatever. That's unacceptable.
Why, people, but they can also, like, yeah, you could feel for them, but they could also use the system by knowing all that, coming here with a kid and oh, you want to break apart my family now? Like, he's their American child.
No, absolutely not. You came into this country, if you were pregnant or if you were not pregnant, you came into this country knowing damn good and well.
They're trying to push it though. They want people
if you have a kid here, it does not automatically mean you get to stay. Your kid could stay if they got somebody to take care of them, but you cannot. You were aware of that before you came here. Now you're being confronted with the stark reality that, this is real.
But no one knows that, okay, like, we would turn those people away anyway. We might keep those and get rid of the rest.
Okay, well,
like, the thing is, we're not getting rid of much. Like, that's
in the U.S., it is so very easy to stay once you get there. If you come in illegally,
I know many people illegally.
You can stay and apply to get your green card to stay in the U.S. from the U.S. Now, in my own situation, I cannot do that. I have to leave the UK, go back to the US to file to become a legal immigrant into the UK. So it is so much easier to just go into the US and then just do it that way. See, I don't even have a problem with that. If you come into the US and then you do it from the US, fantastic. At least you're trying. That's a start. It's still shit, but it's a start. I don't even have that option. There are no loopholes. None.
There's no gate to cross. You gotta go over the ocean.
No, it's a fucking ocean. It's the Atlantic Ocean.
You can get into some other country.
4,617 miles.
You're gonna be living in post EU.
Yeah, no,
England,
it should be
That's pretty
interesting.
fucking crazy.
It should be
You gotta
interesting.
tell me. Here's an experiment.
Mhm.
You were there 4 months ago or 6? What was it?
The last time that I was here for 6 months.
When
I was
were you
here.
there,
I was
though?
here whenever Brexit happened.
Okay, so you saw how it was then. Tell me now if it's crazier there in the next coming weeks, because it's
Okay.
crazier. You came here and it was crazier here from when you left. Like so.
Jesus Christ! No,
You know
whenever
what I
I
mean?
got back in September, it was everything was on fire because of the election and stuff. And then it just went to shit.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed
So
because
now it's
whenever
like
I'm here,
worse.
people hold me responsible for what is going on there, and I'm just so embarrassed. They're like, "So, what do you think if you're President Trump?" And I'm like, "I'm unbelievably embarrassed, but he's an inoculation that our country needs right now. Unfortunately, good job, you motherfuckers. Look what you did. Y'all got crazy, so there's now a clown as president of the fucking United States of America. God damn it!
And they're getting crazier.
Yeah, and they're going to.
They're
They're
not
going
slowing
to.
down.
No, they'll eventually burn themselves out, but it's not going to get any better. It's not gonna get any more calm for quite a while. I think they've got about another 6 months of stupid stored up. So.
Let's hope it doesn't drag out into madness.
Oh God. Okay, so I want to switch topics. I have a couple of things. I actually have a list. I tried to be professional about this.
Shit.
Okay. So I have this is a question for you two. Grant, are you still with us? Did you fall asleep?
I'm here.
All right. So
Am I here?
Yeah, you're there.
Am I loud?
Okay, I have headphones in. Please don't do that. Oh my God. Okay, so TYT would be the extreme left fucking nut jobs. Are we all in agreement on that?
Pretty
Sure.
extreme. There's probably more extreme shit.
Yeah, there is, but in our like
Probably with their popularity, we would say the extreme for the left.
That BAM
Okay.
woman is extreme. She's
Who?
No, she's talking about like news outlets.
I know. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all right. So TYT would be to the extreme left. CNN, MSNBC would be, oh God, regressive maybe.
I don't know. They got. I've seen a chart that sort of plots this. But
Yeah,
but it's from the Washington Post.
Yeah, but the CNN and MSNBC are a definite left. I don't know exactly how far left.
I'd
those
say
two
they're
are.
more than.
See, that's where I'm confused.
I'd say they're
because I
above
don't-
half. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking as well. I don't think but God, their reporting as of late has just been horrendous. So where the question comes in is
The spin is what's bad about it. It's really
out of everything that we have to
fucking-
choose
it's
from now,
all-
because we have like
there's a lot
cable
of
TV and we have internet and all that good stuff. Where do you turn? Where do you go to find trusted information in media?
I don't have a good source of like I don't know if my source is good enough ever.
It's almost at the point where like you would have to type in like say you see a report from
FBI
like
FBI
Reuters.
source I like. That's the, but you never see that besides
Say you see a report from like Reuters or something like that, and then you go to research it. It's almost like you have to look at like 20 different articles and kind of do the comparisons, you know, and also look at where those are coming from as well. You can't just go off of one source.
It's fucked up though, because sometimes you'll see like you'll take the first 4 and 4 from both sides, and they all say the same things for their side, and that's it. And you're just like, motherfucker.
But even then, it's almost like you're still questioning yourself, like, I still don't buy it.
Saying. You're like, what is it?
It's almost like search until you can't fucking wrap your head around it anymore.
Has anyone noticed they blur the screen on the YouTube Hangout?
Well, like the live stream right now.
Yeah, the icon.
Yeah, it's blurred, but
not
when you go
the
to
Google, the YouTube.
Maybe.
But when you go to watch it
I've been
live, it's
seeing it.
clear.
Well, no, I'm watching it live.
No, I meant like when you watch the recording afterwards,
Yeah,
it's all
it looks a little grainy.
Yeah.
But it's been doing that lately. I noticed.
Yeah,
I've been
It's been
noticing that.
doing that a long time for me.
I know. I never noticed until like this month.
I'm
What
trying
were
to
you
read.
just
I'm trying to
talking
read.
about?
Trying to read
The
the chat. The media stuff. Where do you get your sources from? Like, where do you go? Okay, when you wake up in the mornings, you look at your phone. Besides Twitter, what are you looking at?
I have certain feeds on Twitter that I like to catch headlines from.
Like what?
Just some jihadi shit, or
I'm
I don't know. Actually, I can't think of them right now. I have to look at a
I'm just
list.
curious.
No, I know. I'm not.
I don't have
I'm
like
not
a
worried. I'm not worried to state them or anything.
I don't have anything like
But
trusted that I will go to every time.
no, I
Yeah.
don't go to anything. I let it come to me lately because, like,
Well,
I guess when I want to
the
investigate
idiocy has
something, I just
been prevalent lately, so it has been coming to all of us. So
I make sure.
that's not too hard. But whenever you guys go and you find something that's like, whenever you go to make a video, Billy, you go.
Yeah.
I know that you go and double check your facts and your sources and stuff. But whenever you go through it, what do you go check? Do you go check WikiLeaks? Do you go check peer-reviewed
No, I don't check.
papers? And
No, I just usually Google what I'm looking for, and I see what they come up in the results, and then I just check to see what sites they're from, and I'll go with a couple that I know of. I'll go with both sides. I'll go if I see something from Washington Post, I'll look for it somewhere else on like a right leaning a little bit to find the story. There's some stories that are you only really see on the right wing, so they could be either true or false. Like there's probably no in between because they're like, they're like either telling something no one's talking about or exaggerating something.
yeah.
That could go either way.
So, okay, so what do you guys think of rebel media? Honestly.
Well, Grant, go.
Yeah, Grant, you talk. Rebel media.
Hit or miss, really. I mean, I don't treat them any different from, like, say, Breitbart or anybody. It's always hit or miss. You can't take everything they say or anything they say as actual fact unless you really go look at it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their source.
Like outside of it.
Look at everyone's sources. Sometimes they don't list the source, which annoys me. But if I see it in other places, I know there's some validity here. Usually, when it's listed in all of them.
Yeah.
At least the story, not necessarily.
You gotta cross reference rebel media for sure.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know if everything I post is true or not because I really don't. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, there's been a couple things that I've like tweeted out that have, and it's only been maybe 2 or 3 times that it's happened that I've tweeted out, and it's been reported irresponsibly, and I just didn't double check it, or it was just one of those stories. It actually duped me, and I believed it, and I shared it, and then once I tweeted it out, I was like, oh fuck.
Sometimes
then I
I've done
checked
that, and the message still rings true, but it's just incorrect. The actual event or something like. It's like, oh, that's like Syria, and you were talking. It said something about Iraq, and you're like, oh no, some shit like that,
Yes,
like
Wendell, I agree. InfoWars is cancer. I do agree. Alex Jones is batshit crazy.
Triggerings.
Yep, get over it. But I do like Gavin McInnes. I do like him.
But they have an agenda. They
obviously
have a right wing agenda.
Everybody has a fucking agenda, man. Everybody does.
I know.
If you say you don't, you're full of shit.
It's almost like you gotta have that filter, like automatically in your head to filter out the bullshit and actually.
Yeah. Well, I like his stance on feminism, or the current feminism, and just male female roles. I don't disagree with a lot he says on those topics, because the things that he's saying, they're common sense. Like
a lot of liberals will be mad. A lot of liberals won't like it because they see it as conservatism. So.
Yeah, it is to a degree, but the things that he's talking about, like what I was watching earlier, he was talking about that men are safer whenever they're out like in spring break environment, a spring break type environment. Females, not so much because we like to drink just as much as men do, but we get intoxicated quicker and we can get pregnant. I don't disagree with him on that. It is dangerous. I've done spring break in Florida. Holy shit.
Well, that's the thing that like liberals will go at them saying that's right wing propaganda.
It's sexist, and you're saying this about women. You're saying that
but like even moderate liberals would do it, I think. But that'll happen with both sides. But it's just a fucking. I swear, it's like a party war. That's all it is. It's retarded.
Because but he's pretty damn funny though.
Everything is propaganda for one side. Like, oh look, it's this liberal propaganda, or it's it's right.
I'm not gonna take sides anymore. I never took sides to begin with. I thought I was on the more logical and reasonable.
Oh, but you're sitting on the fence, Carrie.
No. I am not sitting on the fence.
Oh, I know. I have a stance on almost every issue, so it doesn't. If we get down to the issue, you'll get my stance usually.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Don't be shitty people.
Maybe there's a couple of things I might be on the fence about, but overall, I'm 95% sure of the things I say.
Yeah, me too.
I try to be.
Yeah, me too. I try to be as factual as possible, and I try to be as unbiased as possible. Now, whenever it comes to people using religion to be murderous bastards, I will not bend on that. You're evil, you're evil, you're evil. Done. Period.
I don't know what, all these news outlets is, whatever. I don't consider the things necessarily online news outlets, but
they're becoming that. They're becoming that.
Yeah, some of them. There's so much shit going on, and it's I see a lot of crazy things on YouTube, even just people getting all butthurt about monetization, and they act like it's their channel, but it's a video or two. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are these people complaining about? You don't have a right to work as a YouTuber. A YouTuber is not employing you. You're trying to employ yourself through YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
when these people go nuts that some video got demonetized, I can't live like this. I'm like, well, get a job. It's cool to make money, and if you're making money out of it, you gotta expect you either gotta be able to keep up with it, or you gotta just wave goodbye as the times pass you. I don't know.
I'm trying to read the chat. Gavin is illogically consistent, except for religion. Yeah, he is pretty stupid on religion. I've kind of started to ignore that, but Jesus Christ. While I was back in Florida, I went to 3 different local mom and pop shops, and they had petitions on the counter to bring prayer back into school, and I wanted to vomit. I was like, okay, you get Trump into the office of president of the United States, and you automatically go ahead and go retard again? No, please stop.
So it is all these extremes.
If you bring Christian prayer back into public schools, all the other prayer type stuff of the other religions will come with it.
No one understands that.
And you don't. I mean, if you people want to go and see what is going on with Islam being brought into Catholic schools, really, and because it's happening in Northern Ireland, these kids are being forced to learn about Islam. And they're being forced to learn how to pray the same way that Muslims do. And that is not right. They're being forced to, it's a class. And their parents are being sent notes home saying, if you do not give permission for your kid to participate in this, then they'll get a bad mark on whatever subject it might be. That is absolute insanity.
I think people, I don't know, Christians especially, and atheists have to realize that in order to keep Islam out, you have to keep Christianity out of that bullshit.
We have got to be a secular. Secular
It's
responsible.
it's not secular enough.
Right.
No, it's really not.
Absolutely. I was explaining to my dad the whole
No one
situation
gets
because
that. Once
he
you
doesn't
normalize one of these
understand.
fucking things, you normalize them all. You can't say it's not a religion. You can't say Scientology is not a religion. These fucking people are harming people. It's
Oh God,
because you won't
Scientology.
admit that your shit is fucking wrong too.
Yeah, if
You're letting it
they
all
call
come
out
in.
Islam, then they're gonna have to call out Christianity because they're cousins. They are bloody
That's the worst
evil
thing.
cousins.
The worst thing for America against, like, to keep out Islam is that, like, if they don't keep the Christianity out of the government, then they're not going to keep Islam out. There's no fucking way. Islam will stomp on that shit once they're in.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, you think Linda Salazar won't run for some fucking position in New York ever? You think she won't be trying to run for something or be someone's secretary or some shit in the next 10 years? Come on.
Yep. Jamie, I'm not giving the Christians a pass, believe me. That is not going to happen. That's where my interest lies. I want to be able to draw on my past experiences to teach people just actually how harmful it is. I was trying to explain to my dad while I was back in Florida just how atheists are seen in the US. I mean, we're lower than murderers, rapists. I don't think we're as low as pedophiles.
It's so weird. I spend 5% of my time on Christians, so it's not like I'm telling people to go fucking kill Christians. I'm saying stop being a fucking cunt. Like, if someone told you to go fuck yourself, would you just not say anything back because, I gotta kill some Muslims?
I have a problem with people relishing it in the idea of me suffering and burning for eternity and being okay with it. I have a problem with that. So I'll touch on it every once in a while, but I definitely won't let it pass. I know you are, Jamie. But no, definitely not going to look up. But that was really disappointing to see those petitions in there. And I'm not saying people can't go pray, but you do not need to be doing it in schools. That's not what it's for. School's for learning. And Sunday school and Wednesday church service is for praying, or at your house,
Yeah,
or
they
before
have that.
school,
That's
or
what it's
after
for.
school, or maybe encourage them to study their school subjects a little more instead
No.
of closing their eyes and talking to
Yeah.
themselves. Wendell, shut up. You will protest nothing.
You know what I don't like about the what's it called lately? Like, I saw something today, like, because someone asked a question to who's the guy that does the press conferences for Trump?
Oh, Spicer?
Okay, someone asked him, like, the president said, like, America doesn't understand the whatever of terror, the how crazy terror really is, for lack of a better word. The terrorism is, like, what is involved in it. And she's like, what does that mean? Is there an imminent attack coming? Something like that. I'm like, no, you dumb bitch. Muslims are crazy. Like, that's what he I don't know if he even means that, but that's what I mean. Like, not all, of course, but they are crazy over there.
If I never hear that term again, it will be too
I
soon.
know, I just don't want to ever say it. Like, but everyone wants to just take a clip of what you say and use it in a context. So
They can do that anyway,
it's
even
like,
if you do say not all after it. They just could cut that out.
I know, but you can't show anyone that you
No,
didn't say not at all.
I have refused to even jump on that train of thought because I'm not going to entertain that kind of immature bullshit. I obviously do not need to say not all.
Oh, but other people see it. It's crazy.
I don't give
When
a
you put
flying
yourself out
shit.
there, it's like so much more annoying. They fucking they come in droves.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they come in droves. What is Grant doing? Playing with
They'll
the
figure
fish?
it'll slowly creep in. They'll start to get the picture. I mean, yeah, they have
I
to.
don't think so. I
They
have a
have to.
feeling they won't get the picture.
Where's it? But where will it go from here?
We're looking at a crazy new world.
my husband asked me earlier this evening
I don't know. Get a
what-
gun. Get a gun.
whenever
That's
we
all I'm
were,
saying.
yeah,
Not to use on people, but
yeah.
to have for yourself in case some shit goes down. Like,
Well,
I am not.
he asked me earlier what my thoughts were on like the refugee crisis and stuff because
Who did?
we actually talk about these kinds of things in real life because it affects us. We live in the UK. I mean, the refugees and immigrants and stuff. They're all over the place. So it does affect
Yeah.
our lives.
Was there another attack in France today, or was that unrelated?
I know there was
Or
I
some
know there
shit?
was an explosion, but I don't know if it was
Oh,
an
it's probably
attack.
bullshit. Someone's just probably getting crazy.
I don't know.
Worried.
But he asked me what my take was on the refugees coming in, and I kind of surprised him. But I said we need to straighten out their home countries so they can stay because they are obviously more comfortable there. Coming into a Western country, it doesn't seem to suit them. And if we do help straighten out their country, that means a war, and that means people are going to die. People are already dying right now, so but they're dying at the hands of their own countrymen who are slaughtering them, and they're not slowing down. So now they're wanting to drag that over to the Western countries and cry racism and cry prejudice and cry bigot anytime somebody goes, no, you may not beat your wife. That is against the law here, but that's my culture. I don't care what your culture is. You are not in your country anymore. You are in our country. We do not do those things. Women are not second class citizens in the United States, no matter what feminists say, because we're not. But if you're running away from Islam, why do you want to bring it with you? Obviously, that's the problem. The Islamists, that's what they follow. So you need to get away from that. But if we get involved, or if any of the allied countries get involved, then there's going to be a war, and that's exactly what we are involved in right now is a war because we have people that are actively attacking us. They may not be doing it on a daily basis, but they're attacking the Western world, whether it be in France, whether it be in the UK, whether it be in the US or Canada. Fuck Canada. And they're letting them in open door policy. Or that's Merkel. Yeah, that's Merkel. But
certain little things like, they'll bypass, 10 to 12 other, Islamic run countries to get here. When you first see that, you can't just say, okay, well, let's just go ahead and ignore that and let them in anyway. There's a reason why all that gets skipped.
yeah. It's sad, and people just don't realize it. With humans comes human nature. Human nature, there's always been war. There's always going to be fighting. And yeah, we live in a civil society now, but there's still going to be wars because we have people out there that don't want civil society. They want to fall back into the Bronze Age and cut people's hands off and cut their heads off and beat the shit out of their wives or bury them up to their chest and throw rocks at their head till they're dead. That's not acceptable.
This shit, you never saw this shit before 9/11. I'll tell you that.
That's what is amazing. It's like
it started like the first couple of
9/11
years.
happened.
Well, the first couple of years were like we were actually all like against it and patriotic, and then some shit just took over and it went the other way, and everyone became a fucking faggot and wanted to bend over and take it from these people. It's so weird.
I think there was some sort of a strategy to try to diffuse the anger that was coming from the Muslim countries that we were trying to help. And yeah, there was plenty of things that were fucked up, but we were in there trying to help, and it played out the way that it did. But still,
Hey man, I'd rather people see it now and fucking hopefully realize it, or then whatever, they'll be killed off. And if we survive, we survive. If we don't, we don't. And
Well, I am very determined to survive myself, and I'm very determined to make sure that I do my best to try and make it a little bit of a smoother ride for my 3 daughters. I have 3 daughters. If Sharia was to take over, they would be directly impacted. I can't have that. I absolutely cannot have that. And nobody else should want to have that either. If we can't protect our country, we can't protect our liberties. If we don't have our liberties, what the hell do we have?
People are crazy. They don't even want free speech. They want to punch people when they speak. It's all good.
It's because they're
times,
evil, angry little bastards.
I've never seen anything like this, honestly.
Nobody has.
Crazy.
Nobody has.
Maybe other people at times, but not right now. The 90s, even like some racial tension in the 90s wasn't this bad. There was actual like neo-Nazis in the 90s, and it wasn't this outrage from people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because people were like calm and level-headed. They understood the situation. They understood it's not millions of Nazis. But now they're just psychotic.
No, I'm not woke. I'm just tired of bullshit. I'm tired of American female women, not just female, but women, embarrassing the shit out of me. I get questioned about this stuff. I get questioned about this stuff. I'm talking to Slender Chunk. I just unmodded him because he's being a smartass. He keeps saying woke. That annoys me.
White people shouldn't say woke.
So Billy, how have you been? Haven't been able to catch up with you lately. I've talked to Grant. I talked to Grant once or twice when I was in the States. Did we do two hangouts while I was in the States? Or just that one?
Definitely one, maybe two.
I think we did two, because I think I did one on my channel, I did one on this channel, and didn't I do one on yours? I definitely did one on yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did two. How was your Christmas, Grant?
Christmas.
I've been gone for 4 months, man. Yeah. 4 months.
He was very hurt by the passing of George Michael.
That was sad.
Oh, of course, that was at the time. I was like, okay, well, who's next? You know, we've only got a few days left of 2016.
Oh, God, I know.
Bam.
Oh, poor Carrie.
Yeah.
My lighter just ran out of fluid. You have got to be kidding me.
Martin also died on Christmas, but that was years ago.
Who did?
Years ago, though. Billy Martin.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, forget it, Carrie.
No, tell me.
You don't like baseball?
No, I do like baseball.
He was a Yankee manager back in the 70s when they won the World Series.
Okay, twice. Well, I don't go that far back.
No, but he died in like the 90s on Christmas, one Christmas.
Okay, I did have one more thing. I found a YouTuber. He's pretty fantastic. His name is Hashim Almadani.
Yes.
Almadani? Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I found him like 2 days ago. Someone tweeted him at me, and I
tweeted him. I tweeted him out. Do you like him?
No. Someone like tagged me in a tweet with one of his videos. He was
That was me. That was me.
No, it was, unless you got a sock.
Who the hell else?
Some guy Tom.
Okay.
I don't know who he is, but he tweets me shit sometimes.
I will tweet him out again because
he's only got like 500
he's pretty cool.
subs.
Yeah, I know.
He's a metalhead too. He's from Iraq.
Exactly.
An ex-Muslim, but never really believed at all ever. So.
Yeah.
he
Oh,
sort
my.
of was always an atheist in a way.
He's secular. That's what he
Yeah.
refers to himself. Good Lord, where's his name? Anyway,
I
I'll
may
link him
mirror something
up.
for him because I like ex-Muslims to get known.
Yeah, exactly. He's speaking complete and utter sense, and that you just can't argue with it. He's encouraging his fellow Muslims, fellow secular Muslims, to stay away from liberals and feminists if they go to university. He gives them guidelines on how to speak to liberals and how to speak to feminists, and if how
Yeah,
they
I've only watched a couple of videos so
how
far.
they recruit brown people and why they're so interested in brown people. It's absolutely hilarious. And he has that 3-part series, the Islamization of the Middle East.
I
It's
want to
really
watch
good.
that actually.
It's
When I
really
get
good.
I watched the Sarzar one and another one or two about metal.
Yeah,
I
his
was like,
stars
oh, this
are.
guy likes metal. This is great.
I know. That's why whenever I found him, I was
He
like,
actually
oh
made a
God,
video about metal in Iraq.
I've got to mention
That's
him to
pretty
Grant and Billy because I know you guys are
good.
metalheads.
Thank
So
you.
he's a secular
Yeah,
and a metalhead.
He made a video like metal in Iraq, and he just tells you about like how the scene is, and he's like, yeah, there is none now. Like he's like, there was a while back, but it was very small and whatever.
Let me see.
But he's like, but we can get anything now in the stores because he said this is how they get their music. Since anyone can see, since you could download it, you go to some store and you pay them and they make a CD for you. They burn you a CD off the internet.
Really?
Yeah, so like,
I haven't
he's
watched
like,
that one yet.
we got a lot of music out here from like heavy metal, but he's like, but there's no scene here. There's none at all.
No concerts or anything to go to. That's gotta suck.
Yeah. Well, music is not, music
It's
is
haram. It's haram,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you gotta watch. Everyone has to watch Bill Warner because he's so fucking good. He just like showed this little like 8-9 minute clip of him talking to some guy about the attack that happened at the Louvre, and he's like, he had just paint bombs besides the machetes. Like he didn't have an explosive bomb, and he's like, well, like he's like, they want to destroy art. Like they it's in the Quran, it's in the Hadith, and he goes over it. Muhammad fucking destroyed anything pre-Islam, destroyed statues. The Statue of Liberty, by the way, yeah, the Statue of Liberty was a Muslim woman. They destroyed
that shit
the Statue
was
of Liberty. If they took over, that shit would be down in an instant. They'd use that copper for some shit for fucking pipes. They're like totally against art.
What were they trying to accomplish by saying that was supposed to be an Egyptian woman, right?
Propaganda, get you to like Muslims and see they're not bad. I don't know, but I don't get the point behind it all.
That has to be absolutely sickening for you because you watched firsthand the buildings and shit.
It's that whole pushing that they're just as much of American as we are. It's that kind of mentality they want you to have.
But they won't let us practice our religion how we want. They won't let us wear hijab here. They won't let us pray here. They won't let us.
We got a bitch fucking on national TV, contrasting colored fucking hijab, all different color, different styles of the fucking week. But she can't do it the way she wants.
Yeah, exactly. It's all bullshit. Like it's whining, bitching, becoming the victim, just so you can get your way.
That's why I like
that's what
like I was talking.
The bleeding heart is the problem.
That's what I was talking with you the other day about. I'd like to see Linda Sarsour on like an 8-hour stream and see if she actually stops in the middle of it to actually pray. See how fucking legit she is.
Well, it doesn't matter. She'll be like, well, I don't have to do that. Like,
Well, if you got to do it 5 times a day, you got to do it sometime within that fucking 8-hour period.
I don't know what Islam is. They'll tell you that shit.
Hey, you guys talk about the Super Bowl for just a second? I'm going to go get a cup of coffee real quick.
Talk about the Super Bowl?
Talk about the Super Bowl.
I don't want to talk about
Hey, you're guys. I'm stereotyping the hell out of you right now. Play the game. Come on.
Grant.
Yes.
I don't know. You could start it off.
The game was lopsided one way, and then it went lopsided the other.
Basically,
and that was the end. Yeah.
When did you know they were losing?
What do you mean?
When did you know the Falcons were going to lose? Because I knew the Falcons were going to lose at a certain point.
I guess I could say, like, as soon as it went into overtime, I was like, yeah, they took
Oh,
it.
no.
It was for sure at that point. Once into regulation happened, I was like, dude, they're gonna score on this first drive.
When they scored 2 unanswered touchdowns, I said the Falcons are going to lose this fucking game. Because I just knew. I saw how they were playing, and I just knew they were going to play just, relaxed defense for a fucking half, and everybody makes a completion, and no plays get stopped, nothing.
That's the mistake that I was cussing about with Atlanta's head coach. He was defensive coordinator with Seattle for like the past 3 years. He's played Brady many times, and they were playing cover 1 on Brady the entire first half, and they were getting to him, and then they dropped to cover 2.
Oh.
And if you've been watching any of this shit for the past 17 years, Brady will pick you apart in cover 2.
Okay,
he will pick you apart.
Every team will come back if you play that shit in the second half. Especially Brady.
Yeah. I mean, when he sees,
it's like, it kills me every time. Every game, like, predictable.
The Falcons could have taken a page out of the fucking Ravens book, because the Ravens were good at disguising what they were going to do. They would show Brady cover 2, but then as soon as ball snapped, they dropped back into either cover 3 or cover 0. But no, you don't play cover 1 in the fucking Super Bowl of the first half and then just completely switch it up. Like, basically letting your foot off the fucking gas in the second half.
Every team goes second half prevent, and you're like, what is going on? Like, they don't even go 3 quarters. Like, they have to own that. As soon as the second half starts, they just like, yeah, let's lay back and don't let them get yards. Meanwhile, they just get yards, completions, and touchdowns. They think they're going to stop them.
The fans, everybody was watching the game at halftime. Fucking even Jeffrey King. Oh, that's it. Falcons got this, and I'm sitting there. Where have y'all been for the past 17 years? You do not underestimate Tom Brady. You don't.
I thought the Falcons could have it if they went 3 full quarters destroying them, and they did. That's why I knew they were going to lose. Like,
they let off the gas, dude. Defensively, they let off the gas.
Completely.
Yeah.
It was, and I hate that. Like, and I'm like, okay, Brady's amazing, but like, should they have won that Super Bowl? Fucking, you suck, Atlanta. What the fuck? Like, I look at that as like, you blew it, dude. Like, you guys fucking blew that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had their shot.
I don't like that shit. But I don't like how every game is predictable. Like, that always happens. The second half, the other team comes back always.
Well, if
the Brady end may be different for every game, but it's not even just them. It's every team. Like,
if Brady and Belichick would hurry up and fucking retire, the predictability is gone at that point.
But I don't think it's just them. Because it's every team. Like, does
I say that because for the past 17 years, everything in the AFC has gone through Foxborough. Everything.
But that's
the years that Pittsburgh won it, they had to go through Foxborough. The years that Pittsburgh got it, the years that Denver got it, even the year that the Ravens got it, they had to go through Foxborough to fucking get there. That's the predictability. And I was actually hoping Tom would actually get up on that stage and just throw a big finger at Roger and tell him to go fuck himself. I was waiting for that one. Like, go make money off of somebody else instead of trying to smear the name that pretty much gave you your fucking paycheck.
I don't think it was a smear job. You think it was a smear job?
Did they ever prove it?
You couldn't. Yeah, you didn't have a cell phone.
That's the thing.
No. But if
they were
if
never
it's
able
on
to
the
prove it,
cell
so they just
phone,
kept
then
going
he
after
did it. If it's on the cell phone, then he did it. But we don't have the cell phone.
Do you know that was on the cell phone?
They were informed of it. Yeah, like everyone. Like I don't know.
Because the cell phone bashing argument, I don't buy. Because if you're a fucking multi-million-dollar fucking quarterback and you're about to get a new phone, what are you gonna do with your old one? Just give it away? No, you're gonna smash the fuck out of it. That's any celebrity.
Just throw it in the garbage, dude. I don't think it's smash it.
Chuck it in a fucking lake. The same lake that fucking Aaron Hernandez chucked the gun.
Isn't the ball the proof?
I don't know. It's one of those that
I don't know.
You still have to worry about fucking climate.
Well, it doesn't matter. They've cheated a lot anyway, so they've.
But it really didn't affect anything.
You don't know that. We don't know.
Dude, the year they got caught for Spygate and fucking they got stopped from doing that, right? And they still went fucking undefeated that season. That is probably bullshit aside. That is probably the most disciplined fucking team.
Well, it's easy.
They are well coached.
You know when you got everyone's videos. Like, how fucking easy is it then? When you got everyone's practice.
Tape. Come on, man. Nobody's doing anything new up under the fucking sun. Especially in football.
I have no idea.
I mean, video is one thing. Cover 2 is fucking... Dude, Tom Brady salivates at cover 2.
Yeah.
He looks... And when you got people like Gronkowski, who's a matchup fucking nightmare for somebody in cover 2, he's going to exploit the piss out of that. He makes the most simplest fucking things look like it's rocket science.
They disgust me.
DJ says I'm a Patriots apologist.
Is he?
See, you're talking about football. I was right.
No, you made us.
Stereotypes are real.
You made us.
Didn't make you?
The bossy lady made us.
You told us to.
I suggested.
Dude, our souls were on the line here.
They are on the verge of becoming freckles. Don't mess with me.
Flames in your eyes.
Nope, that's just the souls of.
Oh, DJ said you were a Patriot.
Yeah, he said I was. Yeah.
I thought he said he was.
I mean, just calling it as it is, man.
All right, Grant. So I asked you how your Christmas and stuff was, and then Billy interrupted. So shut your trap, Billy, for a second. So Grant,
well,
all right,
you know, as a parent.
I'll mute myself.
You know, as a parent, that you buy your kids a bunch of shit for Christmas, and then you're pissed off because you're at the point where, like, fuck it, I gotta wait till tax time to fucking pay all this back, and then within a week they've destroyed everything they got.
Oh god.
Or whatever, like new toys or whatever. It's already old news a week later.
Yeah, they're over it.
It's like, why do I keep doing this shit every fucking year? And each time I tell them I'm not buying you shit anymore.
How many kids do you have? You have 2, right?
I have 2. Yes.
Okay. I have 3 girls, so buying Christmas for 3 girls is expensive. So they get
teenage girls at that.
Well, my girls have never been into like dolls and things like that. They've always been into books and DVDs or electronics or not this past Christmas, but the one before, my middle daughter, she got a fucking microscope. So it's never been like, except for this year, my youngest daughter, she got the Barbie Dream House this year for Christmas. But she's been asking for that for 2 years. So she is getting into Barbies now. But anyway, they've always been into my eldest daughter. She was into a few book series for a few years, so she would get series. I don't make fun of the way you talk.
You could. I don't mind. I don't want you to. But, yeah.
I am a lady. Oh, no, you did not.
That sounded like woman privilege right there.
No, this is Carrie privilege. You're on my channel, bitch. Calm down.
Did anyone see that? Is that real? Was Nigel Farage really at the "We will not divide us" thing?
Oh,
Was he
fucking
really?
Jesus. Steven Crowder was there. That was hilarious.
I'll send it to you. You could screen share it if you want, if it's funny enough for you. It's just a pic.
Walk me through it, and I will. But anyway, what we do, or what I have done in the past, is they get to give me their list, and then whatever it is, I will pick 3 things out of that list, and that's what they would get. They would get 3 things for Christmas, and that was it. So then they would get their stocking stuffers, which Santa Claus would bring those, and those would be like a few little small gifts, like little keychains or little tiny cutesy girl notepads with feathery pins and stuff like that. Because my girls are like me; they're artistically inclined. Because I do makeup artistry. I mean, I like to sketch and I like to paint as well, but makeup artistry is what I love. And my girls, they're kind of going in that same direction. They're young, I know, but they're always drawing. They're always painting. We did a lot of painting when I was back in the States. And I actually brought quite a few of those back here with me. But so it's always been paintbrushes or new paints or paint set or canvases and just things of that nature. So it's usually pretty easy to buy for them because it's not all the silly like little tiny toys. Buying all the little small toys, that's where it gets you. Because you did that whenever they were babies. You get them all these cute little toys to play with, and they play with it for like a couple minutes, and then you have a huge toy box full of stupid little McDonald's toys, and oh god, just try to stick to just a few main things that they're gonna like, and they're gonna use more than a few times or more than a month, and then get them something that they actually need. I can't do that. Just the frivolous gifts. It annoys the piss out of me. It's like, what are you trying to prove? Calm down.
I always wanted a microscope, like a real good electron microscope. Just to look at anything you want close up.
I don't remember exactly what kind this was, but it came from, I want to say Discovery. No, National Geographic. They have a few things that they sell, and we got it online but it's lit up from underneath, and you could put it comes with little glass slides that are already preloaded. Like one of them was dog skin cells. Another was lizard hemoglobins. It's just some crazy stuff, and you can look at it underneath the microscope. It's really interesting. But she shocked me asking for that.
Yours. Yeah, that shit would interest me, looking at that shit close up for no reason.
It's amazing. Anyway.
7 watching? Is that real? How dare they? 7.
Hey, that's more than I thought would actually do it. I've let my channel just go dead. I couldn't help it though.
What are you gonna do?
When you don't, I didn't have internet for 4 months. 4 months. I could barely watch YouTube videos on my cell phone because it was eating up my data. So I was watching like 1 or 2 YouTube videos a day for like a week and a half, and then I'd run out of data.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I would go leech off McDonald's Wi-Fi as much as I could. But I didn't have a car, so I had to borrow my mom's vehicle, and she wouldn't always let me drive it.
Yeah, how far was it away? No way to walk there, right?
No, I was in the middle of the woods, literally in the middle of the woods, so there was no walking.
Yeah.
No, this is dirt road woods. I could hear coyotes howling at night while I sat outside and smoked.
I saw that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
so no, there would be no walking. If I was desperate, I would have, but
You get hunted by a fucking pack of coyotes. God damn.
it's not the coyotes I'm worried about. It's the wild hog. They'll eat you.
A wild hogs.
Wild hogs. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Are they nocturnal like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's whenever hogs come out is at night. They're a prey animal,
Shit,
man.
they're a 24/7.
They are, but
creature.
you'll see them more often at night in Florida because they're swamp pigs.
They don't sleep.
They do sleep. They usually sleep during the daytime, like during the hottest part of the day. They'll find a cool spot to chill.
Mud.
Eh, Not always mud.
Shit, you got to see the shit that they root around in up here.
You
Oh, yeah,
have
they're
a lot
coming
of
your way, Billy.
you've got a lot of clay up there, though, right?
What's that?
Clay? Don't you have a lot of clay?
No, we're like right above the clay mark. The clay is like more in the Carolinas.
Okay. Yeah, we've got that black mud that burns your skin when it gets on it. I'm not even joking.
That stinky shit.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But yet, wild boars, wild hogs, I should say, they're no joke, man.
I don't know if they're coming up here. Right? Wild hogs.
No, you have the
They'll get them.
you have the coy wolf up there now. That's a coyote wolf hybrid.
We have coyotes coming down from like Westchester or some
You
shit.
think that those are coyotes? They're not. They're coy wolves. That's why they're being so destructive because
Coy dogs.
they are enormous. They're like gigantic coyotes.
We also have some
Well,
bear
it's-
in New
it's-
Jersey.
Yeah, you got black bears too.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'll get them there. Just like they're spotting fucking alligators in North Carolina now, in the swamps up there.
That is insane.
Yeah, that shit's coming, man.
That's sick. That fucking creature made a journey. Huh? God damn, that's awesome. This shit was in Africa for millions of years, and then like, we're over here now. God damn.
Dang it.
Pythons too. That was another one.
What? Where?
Pythons were African. They came over here, not naturally.
Oh yeah.
You know.
The
Yeah, when the
it's not the reticulated pythons. What are they? Burmese
The retic-
pythons. They're
Oh, yeah.
freaking everywhere in Florida.
retics
Yep.
are the biggest ones that are in Florida, isn't it?
The reticulated
Yeah.
pythons, yeah, they're bigger, but the Burmese, they're everywhere. Every time people think about this, every time a major storm goes through Florida, the zoos and the pet shops
Sound familiar, Billy?
they are knocked down. Those animals get out.
Mm-hmm.
And they survive.
Same thing with some of the fish in the canals. Like a lot of like pet cichlids and shit are getting into the canals because
Really?
the water's perfect for them. It never gets cold.
Is that a bad? I'm
well,
sure that's a bad thing.
Some are bad. Some fit right in. They've merged into the ecosystem. But some like snakeheads and piranha and shit, they're there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But the thing of it is, they still have natural predators like like the alligators and shit like that. So
Yeah, and the fish eating birds.
yeah.
Crazy.
Fish eating
But
birds.
yeah, like you said, every hurricane that comes out, and plus you still have owners of like a fucking 13-foot snake, and I can't fit it into this 55-gallon tank anymore, so I've got no choice but to let it slither out the backyard, and then it ends up in the fucking Everglades.
Yep.
And it gets big enough to eat alligators.
Yep. That's scary shit.
That place is a hellhole.
And that shit is working its way north.
Grant, you have a question in the chat, my dear. From Django.
He knows why.
Oh, okay.
God damn. No, I'm looking back at some shit on Twitter.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So sorry.
What was the last hangout you did on here? The doxing ones? Or you did something after that? Carrie?
Sorry, I'm currently dying. I'm coughing myself to death. What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
I said, what was the last thing you did on here with the one, that doxing one?
The last one I did on here? No, I did one a couple weeks back. Me and Annie and Marcus did one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we were on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, Grant was in that. You were too, Billy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was actually pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the last one I did. Yeah, that's the last one I did. Because I haven't done any on anybody else's channel. I think because the one I did before that was on Grant's channel. So yeah, but I'm gonna get active again. I mean, I didn't get super active before because of planning the wedding and all of that stuff over the summer and trying to.
My schedule weirds out for making videos. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
can be 3-4 a week. It could be like 2. It varies. It's when I have time after work.
well, there's plenty of material out there floating around, and
Oh, it's not a lack of material, that's for sure.
yeah, and I'm gonna have nothing but time for the next few months because I can't do shit. Not a damn thing. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for coming and hanging out. It was nice to talk to you two and catch up.
Thank you, Carrie.
I appreciate it. We'll do something like this again eventually. We'll get some other people in here too, along with us. Add some other opinions in. Maybe bring in somebody that doesn't agree with some of the things we talk about. We are able to stay civil. Just got to make sure to find somebody that is just as honorable. You stay civil, unless you're talking to somebody that's pushing your buttons.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you can't let those people do that to you. They win when they do that.
Oh no, but they don't though, because I still argue my points. So
You do.
I still make my points, but I do throw in yelling and demeaning them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop the broadcast now. So, all right, see everybody later.
Peace.
Night, bitches.